damaged, so he has to return back the same thing. But in the dhimma, he has to compensate the actual value. So for example, I have taken your barley, okay, and then I have eaten, so I have to refund you the full price, but I have taken your car and damaged. I will return it back and I will compensate the damage. Can you ask me for the new car? We say no, because it's the aini refund, not the actual thing, because ada is possible, so we do not go for the qada. But for the zimma, it's always qada, so it's full. Understand? So it's one of those things. It's overall, like muamalat, it goes through so many chapters, so in each of them, yeah. Just go back to usul al-fiqh. Okay, so it is in the chapter of ada and qada. You will understand all of them there. Did you complete any of usul? You're studying only from me, isn't it? Yeah. Is your main orientation fiqh and usul? Is that what you are doing? You are rationalist, aren't you? Or are you, in terms of like text and etc.? Also, yeah, so you're rationalist. That's good. You can, in our time, we need more rationalist people, Just text messed up everything, So because it's our friends, but unable to go out of the texts. So that, so more like theorists, more rationalists, they would just solve a lot of problems in our time. Okay, Saidi. So how's it going? Don't say her name in public when we go out. Yeah. I can show. It's there, we can just print out. I'll just pass it through you. That. Yeah? Okay, Saidi. Hey Khuda. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. قال المصنف رحمه الله ونفعنا بعلومه وبكم آمين. Just to switch it off. وإن ذكر كل واحد منهما تاريخا فهو للأول منهما وإن لم يذكر تاريخا ومع أحدهما قبض فهو أولى به. Obviously it's صاحب اليد. The case of صاحب اليد is coming back. Who remembers what's the meaning of صاحب اليد? Exactly. I mean, in the actual possession, who is holding it right now? Okay. So two of the people are claiming that something belongs to them. Each of them claiming that, and each of them has got the proof. Okay. So how are you going to make tarjih? Obviously, it is taken from the mustalah al-hadith of Hanafis. So, or even usul also, isn't it? So who has the first priority? So in contradiction in the text, Shafi'is first do tarjih, then naskh, then tasaqata. What Hanafis do? First naskh, then tarjih, then tasaqata. So two hadiths contradicting one another. So what Hanafis do? The first option is obligation, or because contradiction is not possible. But Shafi'is first do tarjih, then naskh. Okay, because so anyway, even within the Hanafi school we have disagreement. The Hanafis who came after Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani rahimahullah, they follow the Shafi'i way. So they say first is tarjih, then naskh. But the official Hanafi school, first naskh, then tarjih. So it's exactly the same principle is going. So first we look into if they have got proof. So we look into the date of the proof. So if one of them is claiming earlier date of position, so evidence is showing that, so we go with that, which is naskh, isn't it? Okay, and then if we do not have that, then we look into the tarjih. Okay, in the fiqh we have many ways of tarjih, and one of the strong ones is sahibul yad. Okay, so in whose position is it actually, which means right now. Sadie, where did you get the honey from?
This is actually yours.
How?
You know, Naveed.
Ah, yeah. Yes.
So he gave this a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
You were quite busy.
Yeah. So, you know, in terms of honey, do you buy honey? Where do you buy the honey from?
First, I used to buy like raw honey, local.
Yeah.
Local.
Do you have reliable source?
I tried to contact him, but I think he's no longer providing. But I think sometimes when it becomes available locally.
Do you guys know any reliable, authentic source for the honey? I have spoiled so many remedies, you know, because sugar, you cannot deactivate the sugar, you know. So it will still carry on damaging. So some of them just fake it, you know. Everything is just sugar, but some 50-50. So you cannot deactivate the sugar and the honey mixed with sugar.
So you say most people add sugar into the.
I don't know, because everything I did, you know, was correct. So then I doubted most likely it's because of the sugar, the honey. So now I'm looking for the authentic, reliable source. If any of you guys know some source of the honey, please let me know, okay? I buy 50 kgs, 60 kgs, because now from May, June, we're going to prepare a lot of remedies. I need a lot of honey.
What was this proof generally how we read by the date? What they have written down?
Sorry?
The proof that they provide.
Yeah. So for example, because, you know, buying and selling transaction, so today's date is 21st of March, etc. And then the second is claiming that he bought his commodity in 1st of April. So means it belongs to the first one. Yeah. Do you agree with what Quduri is saying? Do we go with the first? Or do you have some comment?
Shouldn't it be the second because.
Exactly. So maybe, if they are claiming buying the commodity from the same source, so then we'll go with the first one. But if they claim buying the same commodity, not from the source, but the commodity, we'll go with the second one, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway, the main principle is, in Hanafi school, first is naskh, then tarjih. Okay. But what is the third? In Hanafi school, so if no naskh, no proof for the naskh, my question to you guys, what are the conditions of the naskh? First of all, nasikh should be, as a minimum, on the same level of strength of the mansukh, isn't it? Can weaker abrogate the stronger? Can khabar al-ahad abrogate mutawatir? No. So first condition is, nasikh as a minimum should be on the same level, first. The second is the actual date. So if two hadiths are contradicting, but there is no any proof that one came later, do we make ijtihad for the naskh? Can naskh be done by ijtihad? No. Can it be done by single chain narration, claiming in single chain narration? No. And also, both of them should be talking about exactly the same issue with the same condition. Okay? So if one has another condition, we say that is takhsis or istithna and not naskh. So if no naskh, then we do tarjih. Okay, so there are many ways of tarjih. So in terms of narration in Hanafi school, do we consider bigger number of the narrators as one of the ways of tarjih or not, Hanafis? one hadith is narrated through 5 chains and the second is through 1 chain. Do we use that as one of the ways of tarjih or not? We Hanafis do not. It's Shafi'i and Hanbali position. So by saying that it is narrated by 10 chains, but this is only 1 chain, we say that does not make sense. Okay, so that's another thing. And another thing is, do we do the tarjih by the narrator, source? This is in Bukhari and that is, for example, in Abu Dawood. Do we do the tarjih? Hanafis? No. So even if one is in the book of Imam Muhammad and the second is in the book of, let's say, Tahawi, we don't look at that. So author of the collection is not one of the means of tarjih. In Usul Fiqh you guys are going to study. So if no nasakh and no tarjih, what do we do in the third option? Then we say, exactly, إذا تعارض تساقطا. When contradiction happens, both are ignored. But keep in your mind, it's not قاعدة كلية as we understood just now, isn't it? But it is as third option. تعارض happened, no way of solving it, no nasakh, no tarjih, then تساقطا. So you can apply this principle of إذا تعارض تساقطا after tarjih. You was unable to make tarjih, then you do it. خدا. Okay. وإن ادعى أحدهما شراء والآخر هبة وقبضا وأقاما البينة ولا تاريخ معهما فالشراء أولى من الآخر. Okay. Let's suppose that 2 of them are claiming, but obviously they are not claiming the milk mutlaq, but they are claiming milk khas. So one of them is saying I bought it, and the second is saying I've got it as a gift. Okay. ولا تاريخ and there is no date in the proof. So then he says فَشِرَاء أَوْلَى مِنَ الْآخَرِ. So buying, I mean claiming the position through buying is superior. What Quduri just have done in this mas'ala? Yes, ladies. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, what he has done is, obviously, as you can see, he is doing tarjih, and one of the ways of tarjih is that the ownership by some certain takalluf or taklif is superior for ownership with no taklif, with no responsibility. Okay. I really feel sorry for these guys because they have just started what you are going to finish this year. Long 3 years of hard work for them, isn't it? You guys should appreciate what you have done so far, you know. Make sure that you do not forget it, you know. 3 years, don't make it to go to waste, you know. So just revise it. You have got everything recorded. Do you have access? Revise everything, okay? And the best advice is start teaching. Start teaching you have got the recording, listen to the lecture and go and teach exactly what you hear from the lecture. Don't add anything from yourself. You're not in the position of adding. Okay, you have my contact details. While you are teaching, if you have some questions which is not answered in the recording, ask me. So train yourself. Okay, you guys have got golden opportunity to become mujtahid fuqaha. Don't listen to these, Maulanas who say, oh, ijtihad is finished. No, ijtihad is never finished. Claiming that ijtihad is finished is claiming that Islam is over, expired. No. Train yourself. Become fuqaha, Okay, Sayyidi. Then he says, وإن ادعى أحدهما الشراء وادعت المرأة أنه تزوجها عليه فهما سواء. So let's suppose that the claim is happening. So let's suppose that I will go to this lady and I will say, I paid you money, okay, for example, for this car, okay, and the second and the lady is saying, no, actually it was not. You paid the money not to buy the car, but to marry me. Which one is superior? Is it buying or is it marriage? Obviously, we cannot do tarjih by this because both is muawada, exchange of something, isn't it? Yeah, so we cannot do the tarjih in here. So it means if we do not have anything else, we just disregard. So what do you think? The thing will remain with sahibul yad. So anything which is not proven will remain with zahir. So sahibul yad is zahir, isn't it? Yeah, with explicit condition. Zahir is explicit condition. Ladies, you're not understanding. Everything's fine. Okay.
Is it in the translation that they both are equal in their claims?
Yes.
But it doesn't give the outcome, so you just give the outcome.
Yeah. So we will go with zahir. So whenever you was unable to prove, so we will go with zahir. وإن ادعى أحدهما رهنا وقبضا والآخر هبة وقبضا فالرهن أولى. So let's suppose that so for example you left your book with me, okay, and then you said that it was as rahan. Rahan is a deposit. Was it deposit or warranty, wasn't it? Guarantee. How did we translate? Guarantee, isn't it? Guarantor or guarantee? Warranty. Pawning, yeah. So for example, you left your book with me. Now you came back to take it back, saying it was rahan. I said no, you actually gave it to me as a gift. So obviously rahan has superiority. Why? Because rahan comes with responsibility, and the responsibility is superior for the volunteering. Yeah. Hey Allah. Subhanallah. وإن أقام الخارجان البينة على الملك والتاريخ فصاحب التاريخ الأقدم أولى. So it's exactly what we said previously. So let's suppose that two people bring a proof. So if you remember in the first مسألة وذو صاحب اليد وإذا كان كل فالأولى وإن لم ومع أحدهما قبض yeah. So if you remember in the first place in the first مسألة we said صاحب اليد. So they brought the proof with the date, or if there is no date we go with صاحب اليد. Do you remember? Yeah. But what about if there is no صاحب اليد? الخارج عن البين على الملك والتاريخ فصاحب التاريخ الأقدم أولى. It's just repeating the previous مسألة. We all have the same copy, don't we? وإن ذكر كل واحد منهما تاريخا فهو للأول منهما وإن لم يذكر تاريخا ومع أحدهما قبض فهو أولى به. Okay. وإن أقام الخارجان البينة على الملك والتاريخ فصاحب. You know الخارجان, الخارج in here the author is using linguistic term and not the actual technical term. خارج in here is the third person. I didn't understand why he's repeating. I just ignore what I said in terms of Kharijani. I'm going to, I didn't understand why Imam Quduri is repeating it. Quduri is very accurate, you know. He's referring to something which I didn't understand. Or else the content is same as the previous one, but why did he make it different? So is it because وإن ذكر كل واحد منهما تاريخ فهو للأول منهما وإن أقام الخارجان البينة على الملك والتاريخ فصاحب التاريخ الأقدم أولى. It's same thing, but تاريخ فهو للأول منهما. I didn't understand why he's repeating. He's repeating the same مسألة, but he's referring for something. What is he referring to? I couldn't recall it. Inshallah, we'll come back to this issue. That is the technical word, but I think he's using it linguistically, because after that he's totally silent. Okay, so because look, ومع أحدهما قبض, so صاحب اليد. Okay, so I thought خارجان in here is opposite of that, but he's repeating exactly the same thing. So then I thought maybe it's not the technical word but the linguistic word. Does make sense also. So he's referring to something I didn't understand what it is. Or else what he's trying to say is two people claim, okay, and the evidence is there and evidence is dated. So we go with the earliest one. We spoke about it, if you remember. We said if the date is the case is about a person from whom they bought, we go with the earliest. But if it's about the commodity, then we go with the, if you remember. Yeah. So it's the same exactly mas'ala, but then why is he repeating? So I didn't understand. Quduri is very accurate, you know. He means something which I couldn't understand. Anyway, وإن ادعي الشراء من واحد وأقاما البينة على التاريخين فالأول أولى وإن أقام كل واحد منهما البينة على الشراء من الآخر وذكرا تاريخا فهما سواء. Okay, so the first method is exactly what we said. So two people are claiming to buy the commodity from the same person. So we go with the first one if it is dated. But what about if they claim to buy from one another, but they do have a date? So he says we just dismiss the date and it is equal claim. Okay, who can try to analyze this mas'ala and explain why? So the surah al-mas'ala is, I'm saying that John Smith sold his book to me. This is the book, and I have got the case dated, for example, 1st of March. And he says, no, it's actually you sold your book to me. Here is the proof. And the proof is dated 1st of February, so he is earlier. Quduri says we just dismiss the dates and their claim is equal. There is no superiority. So date does not establish any superiority. Why is he saying that? Why date is not making sense anymore? Logically speaking, so what would you do logically in this mas'ala?
Give it to the one who bought it.
Exactly, because very possible that I bought it from him and then I sold it to him, isn't it? But then why is he dismissing it?
Because he's looking onto the Zahir. So who's Zahir?
No, he's saying فَهُمَا سَوَاء. They're equal. What do you think? Do you remember the chapter of Iqala? Do you remember chapter of Iqala? Because of the chapter of Iqala, we cannot consider the latest one. What is the chapter of Iqala? Iqala is, I buy something and then I don't like it and I return it back. So how it's supposed to be done? If you remember the exact price, isn't it? Okay. So means because they are claiming the exact thing. So it is Iqala. So we say now their claim is equal. We have to look for some other proofs, evidences. If no, so then we say Zahir. We will go with the Zahir. Sahibul Yad.
If you had two people buy a car, for example,
Yeah.
they both claim to have bought it, but none of them are Sahib al-Yad. So then what would the hukum be then? They don't have a date.
So if you remember, what did he say? He said in the very beginning, so it will be 50-50 between them, and they pay half of the price to the owner. Do you remember? And by the judgment of judge, buyer cannot force the seller to sell. Do you remember? We spoke about it. Yeah. So, but if there is Sahibul Yad, so it will be with Sahibul Yad. Yeah, so it forces you to stretch your brain. It's really good, this chapter is very important. وإن أقام الخارج وصاحب اليد كل واحد منهما بينة بالنتاج فصاحب اليد أولى. Obviously we go with ظاهر, isn't it? So let's suppose that did we miss one? Yeah. وإن أقام الخارج البينة على ملك مؤرخ وأقام صاحب اليد البينة على ملك أقدم تاريخا كان أولى. So let's suppose that two people are claiming. One is Sahibul Yad and the second is not Sahibul Yad. And Sahibul Yad has got the date which is predated what the other person is claiming. Obviously he has the superiority. So in here what he is trying to say is Tariq, date, is superior to the Zahir. Okay, obviously we did learn it already. Because in the previous Masail, we said if there is no date, then we go with Zahir. Do you remember? So he's just confirming it. وإن أقام الخارج وصاحب اليد كل واحد منهما بينة بالنتاج فصاحب اليد أولى. So two people are claiming about nataj. One is Sahibul Yad and the second is not Sahibul Yad. Nataj is the product of something which exists now, but the product does not exist yet. So for example, I have a tree, palm tree or apple tree, and it is in my garden. You come and claim that I sold my fruits, okay, of this for example, to you. Okay, so that is nataj. First of all, can you buy the non-existing thing? So the mas'ala in itself is questionable. Okay, but anyway, okay, let's go. So let's suppose that that was the case. But I'm saying no, I did not sell, and each of us will provide the proof. Okay, so obviously in here صاحب اليد is stronger. وكذلك النسج في الثياب التي لا تنسج إلا مرة واحدة وكذلك كل سبب في الملك لا يتكرر. And the same thing is about anything which gives only one product. So let's suppose that let's suppose that I will come to you claiming, so I'm buying a thread from you, okay, but then my claim is that I did istisna with you, so I did not buy the thread, but I bought that you are going to produce it to make it into the fabric and not as a thread. You understand? So even in that, so each of us will prove his point. We say we go with the sahibul yad. So if sahibul yad is the person who is selling the thread, so what he is saying will be taken. So it means he does not have to provide he does not have to make it into the fabric. In our time, how it would be? So this can be applicable only in one scenario, which is in the past or even till today. Do you know the silk? Do you know people who sell silk? Okay, so they silk in both forms. They sell the thread, but also they have machine to make it into the fabric. Do you understand? But can this be right about a person who only sells threads? No, it cannot be, isn't it? No one claims that, isn't it? So that is about this. But anyway, we go with the person in whose position thread is. Okay, so we say it is his thread, so he is sahibul yad. So whatever he is claiming, so we go with that. So even if he says that he bought from me the fabric and not the thread, so we go with him because he is the sahibul yad. Okay. وإن أقام الخارج بينة على الملك المطلق وصاحب اليد بينة على الشراء منه كان صاحب اليد أولى وإن أقام كل واحد منهما البينة على الشراء من الآخر ولا تاريخ معهما تهاترت البينتان. Okay, so two people are claiming. One is claiming the milk mutlaq. So let's suppose that this book is with me. So I say that I bought this book. I'm Sahibul Yad. I bought this book. So it is specific ownership, specific possession. I mean, possession through specific mean. And you come and you claim that no, it belongs to me. Okay. So he says that Sahibul Yad has superiority. So now my question to you guys: Why is it important in Hanafi fiqh? Why is it important? What's the importance between milk mutlaq or milk khas? Sorry? Okay, yes, this is one of the things. Yeah, because hiba, no responsibility, isn't it? So that's one thing. And the second thing, this is the main thing. And the second thing they say, because the person who is specifying, he has more knowledge. Okay, so obviously he is providing proof for more knowledge, for more information. But anyway, you will see that it will have its own exemptions also. But yes, it's mainly he is explaining the mean through the taklif, through the takalluf. Yes. يا خدا. Can we just finish off today? Shahadat. Okay, سيدي. وإن أقام كل واحد منهما البينة على الشراء من الآخر ولا تاريخ معهما تهاترت البينة. Okay, so if each of them claim buying, but they do not have a dated proof, and then تهاترت البينتان, so تساقطت البينتان, so the proofs, the evidences will be ignored. We go with the ظاهر. وإن أقام أحد المدعيين شاهدين والآخر أربعة فهما سواء. I think we spoke about it. If two claimants are claiming about one thing and one of them provide two witnesses and the second is 4 witnesses, so we just both are equal, isn't it? ومن ادعى قصاصا على غيره فجحد استحلف فإن نكل عن اليمين فيما دون النفس لزمه القصاص وإن نكل في النفس حبس حتى يقر أو يحلف. So let's suppose that I'm claiming a revenge against you, for example, and then I was unable to prove my point, and then you will be demanded to take oath. Whose opinion is this? What do you think? قصاص. I think it is the opinion of the متأخرين والله أعلم. So let's suppose that I claim that I have to take revenge from you, and then you deny, and I'm unable to present my proof. Then does Qadi ask you to take oath? So he says Qadi asks the person to take oath. If he denies to take oath, so then revenge will be issued. If it is not the revenge about the death penalty, but if it is about the death penalty, so then the person, the defender, will be jailed until he takes oath and admits, and then the death penalty will be applied. I have to double check about this actually, because qisas is in the hudud and Abu Hanifa does not take the oath in the hudud, and even Sahabain, if you remember. I have to double check. Do I have a library here? Would I have? Do I? Okay, can I have just 10 minutes break, please?